Welcome back. We've got breaking news. President Trump just posted on Truth Social this: Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also, writes the president. Both leaders have been resisting federal help to crack down on crime and anti-ICE protests happening across the state. The government shutdown, of course, reaching now day 8 as Democrats and Republicans are far apart on passing legislation to open up operations and end this stalemate. President Trump now says some furloughed federal workers may not receive back pay after all, the longer the doors stay shut. Here's the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, yesterday.
I hope that the furloughed workers receive back pay. Of course, we have some extraordinary Americans who serve the federal government, and they serve valiantly, and they work hard, and they serve in these various agencies doing really important work. I can tell you the president believes that as well. He and I have talked about this personally. He doesn't want people to go without pay, and that's why he pleaded with Chuck Schumer to do the right thing and vote to keep the government open. We don't want this to happen. The key point, the important point to remember here is this can stop right now. They'll get another opportunity to change course and open the government. And then we'll have all these policy debates, as we always do.
The Veterans Affairs Department and Health Services staying open so far despite the shutdown, but regional benefits offices and certain call centers have closed. Joining me now is the Secretary of the Veterans Affairs Department, Doug Collins. Secretary, great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, it's so good to be back with you, Maria. I hope you're well.
So what is the impact so far on the VA of this shutdown?
You just sort of named it. Basically, it's our forward-facing outreach to veterans that are trying to get into the system, finding out about the system. We can't really work with state, county, tribal, our community-based partners through this central office right now. We just can't do that. Transitioning programs are in career counseling, but our VR&E, those are shut down right now. But this is going to continue to get more and more a burden on the veteran as we go through. Now, let me make very clear, our hospitals, clinics, disability payments, all of that is covered, though will not be touched by the shutdown that has been forced upon us by the Democrats in the Senate. But we do have issues of, just being able to help people in that outreach capacity.
Yeah, but the OMB is freezing spending projects in certain Democrat-run states. We don't have any economic data. We've got all Bureau of Labor Statistics on hold. And the president says he's going to use this as an opportunity to cut down government. How significant do you expect those job cuts to be?
In our place, I don't expect, because, again, the president's been very clear. We're going to take care of our veterans who've earned every benefit that they've gotten. So we're keeping our health care open. We're keeping those other things open. And also, Maria, we've dropped our long-term disability backlog by over 100,000 in just almost 100,000 just in the last 4.5 months. Our wait times at our hospitals are much improved. And also during that time, we had 30,000 people who left on early retirement. So for all the naysayers out there who thought we were taking away from the VA by allowing people to leave on early retirement, we're just wrong. Our metrics are getting better, our workforce is more efficient, and we're helping our veterans more in this time.
That is excellent. Harris, you are a military family. How do you see this?
I grew up the daughter of a combat pilot, 2 tours in Vietnam, and there was a time when my father came back and described it to family, because I was just a baby, that there was an invisibility cloak over the military and its families here in the United States, and we weren't all in this together. And what I love, Secretary Collins, that you're talking about when you talk about dropping that backlog of disability by 100K, I mean, that is huge. Our families are seen. You see us. You served. You know about this. So, I know we're focusing on the shutdown right now, but I do want to take like a bigger umbrella on this. President Trump sees us as military families and those who advocate for them, too.
Definitely. I was with him this past Sunday when we were on the ship with the H.W. Bush down and watching the Navy forces. And it was not our awesome war power that we have. What really got me was him and the First Lady interacting with the sailors and Marines that we saw all day. And it was genuine. And you could see it was genuine from their responses. And yes, he does care. And that's why he told me one thing. I probably had the easiest direction from the president ever given. He said, I asked him, Mr. President, what do you want me to do at the VA? He said, take care of my veterans. He sees us. He understands us. He loves us. He knows that we're the backbone for those who raise that right hand and say, I'm committing to this country. He wants to take care of them.
I love that. And veterans are so committed to the VA. And I've told you this story so many times about my father.
Yep.
He would only go to the VA hospital. He loved the VA. He was so proud. And on his deathbed, I said to him, Dad, what do you want me to do? What, you want me to get anything from the house? And he said, yes, go get my Army tags and cherish them. And I do, and I wear them all the time. And my dad's Army tags I'm so proud of for his service. But look, the Washington Post is reporting that one VA program for disabled vets is being exploited over lax controls, according to the Washington Post. It claims veterans can increasingly file claims for multiple ailments. In 2001, veterans received benefits for a total of nearly 6 million disabilities. By last year, that figure had risen to 41.7 million. That was a seven-fold increase, Secretary. Tell us about this program, which costs $193 billion a year, and what you're doing to ensure no fraud is in the system.
Well, again, it's sort of amazing. I think there's just a desk over there at in the Washington Post is that let's write a bad article about the VA this week,
right?
Because that's all we get from them. And you know, it's been amazing to us to watch the Washington Post for the last 9 months complain about everything we've done to help veterans. Nothing we could do, even no matter we showed success, was good enough for them. And now they want to attack veterans' benefits over the past 2 decades. I love what one of our VSOs said, and to remind the Washington Post that what veterans get is not charity. They've earned it.
That's
and I think
right.
what we have to understand here, there's 2 things in this article that I want everybody to understand. Number one, it is amazing to me that the Washington Post is using some examples, bad actors, bad examples, to cast a pall on the entire system of those veterans who've earned benefits, by the way, that Congress has approved, that the presidents have signed over the years to make sure they get these. But also the other thing, it's just sort of amazing, Maria, is that this article also points out they showed people, about 10 of them, who have been prosecuted. What the Washington Post has proven is if you commit fraud against the VA, we're going to prosecute you. And by the way, if there's employees in the VA who know that fraud is going on and don't replace it, they're being complicit. So a warning to all, you don't mess with the VA, you don't mess with the benefits for veterans.
Well, we want to see accountability all across the board. Secretary, thanks for your leadership. Good to see you this morning.
Great to see both of you. Y'all take care.
Doug
Take care.
Collins joining us.